Alright, I'm going to attempt aw right in my hand. Let's see how that goes. So first things first, this is a big part of it. You want to check out your angles. Now, these are parallel because we're far enough away that you know perspective going. And then, measure the other side too. And sorry this is jumping around, it keeps trying to focus. So you kind of have an idea of how oblique your line should be. And just to test, but doesn't have to be perfect. So anyway, let's see what I can do here with one arm. This is not going to give me a nice straight line with one arm. But you can't blame your situation, you just got to try. Right, there I've already lost this angle. That's fine. Better than nothing, when you're practicing, it doesn't need to be beautiful, it's just, correct. So, that's roughly the shape of the card. And I did a couple of others, which I was a little closer before, and this is also camera distortion. And that's a big part of why it's so important to draw from life. I'm seeing that card with my eyes a lot closer looking and larger than I'm seeing it on this screen. Yet the picture that I drew is the card is further away. And do you see how much smaller the picture looked? The card looked in the picture? They're actually almost the same size. So, that's a problem with photo reference. Oh, by the way, you guys like my mouse pad? That's from my own photography. Anyway, that's one of the problems with photo reference. There's distortion and it's not true to life. You want to draw from life exactly for that reason. You're not going to learn drawing from photo reference. You learn drawing from life. You use photo reference to help you out. But for your learning, you'll do a lot better if you draw things that are actually around you. So here's and I was using the side of the pencil because that helps me control it more because I can go like this. But then I got this soft fuzzy line as I went around. So you don't want that. You want to try and get control without using the side of the pencil. So if anything, like when I lay it flat to use the side, I try to draw it straight across instead of... That's great for tone, when you want to shade, but when you want straight line. But, see, and it's not dark, but you notice how the line is the same all the way around? This just looks like a shape. It doesn't look like it's got any thickness because it's the same all the way around. So you want to avoid that. Then we got this one. This one, you can see that it implies thickness, but it implies thickness because the darker edges, that's what they are. They're darker. The line changed value, which is how light or dark something is, but it didn't change thickness, so it doesn't really look like it's got any weight to it. Kind of there and dead. But it is more accurate than the first one. So what we're gonna, my finger in the way, what we're gonna attempt to do is give this a double line, which I'm gonna actually look past. I can do this. Oh, messed it up already. But going. Yes, this line is darker, but we're adding a second into it. I should go away from myself because way. And I'm using the tip of my pen, and it's getting really dark, which I don't like. But like I said, I have this camera in my hand that's making it difficult. And you see how I'm putting in multiple lines that I don't really need, and it's making it look sketchy and kind of dirty. So you want to try and avoid that too, but that's something that comes as you learn. Nothing you can do about that. So this time the line is, well, let's make the rest of the lines just as for the sake of proving a point. Oh, that got wobbly. Oh, that's there, so let's actually thicken this up some more. Oh, this is going all over the place. Lesson learned. Last time I used my cell phone at the office. Oh, that, well, anyway. We'll focus on this side, where it looks better. So you get the difference a little better. There we go. So ignore the side. As you can see, I'll keep trying to hide that. Okay, good. As you can see, it's got the same darkness, which makes it all look like the same shape, or the same object. That's what you want, it's supposed to look like an object. But then this line down, it's thicker to show some weight, but it gets thicker as it comes this way, and then this line is really thick. So that actually lets you feel like the light is coming from this direction, because things cast a longer shadow the further they are from the light source. So let's oh, wow, okay, little light bulb. Alright, so there we go. You've got your light source, and when your light source is very close, your line is thick. As you get further away from the light source, you want your line to be thicker. Oh, that's actually illustrated nicely. Too bad it's not on the same object. So there you have it. We're going to do this for this week. We're going to be drawing a lot of cards and paper. So first thing first, find a playing card, or like I have a medical insurance card. Get a credit card. Credit cards are a little thicker than I'm looking for. We're actually looking for something more like the thickness of a playing. Get a bottle cap. Even though you have to sit where it's all the way in your face so you can see. Oh, this is actually, you can see the difference here. That's hard to see. Let's try this one. There we go. This one's pretty obvious that it's kind of thick, but you'd be surprised how people will neglect to consider things like cloth. They'll, they'll have a sleeve and draw a sleeve like this. That's not how a sleeve goes. Even if it was bone straight, which it's never going to be. Again, I gotta stop drawing towards myself. Even though it's bone straight, it's got thickness to it. So you have to make sure you show that. With the thick and thin lines. Alright, so because this side is thicker, over here you'd assume that the light is coming from down here and glancing, but blocking this. So this is going to help us stay away from shading, but that things have light and depth. So anyway, get a business card, any type of... you can do a plain sheet of paper, but it's more difficult to see, and also I was going to save that for a little later after we've had some practice. So there you go, draw cards.